So what I wanted to talk about is not so much, product and stuff like that, right? Because we can always learn, product. Product is like, studying for a test, right? It's just kind of, digging in to the IUL, learning how to do the illustration, knowing, the ins and outs of it, knowing how to do, an e-app, it's kind of, you can kind of like self-train yourself on a lot of product stuff. What I wanted to talk about today is there's probably some people on here that's been licensed for a second that probably wants to sell an IUL, but they just haven't had an opportunity to sell one yet for whatever reason, right, Dave? For whatever reason, they just haven't had an opportunity to sell one. And so what I wanted to do is I just wanted to ask either what are some things that people are struggling with in selling the IUL, or what would be some, hey Tiffany, or what would be some questions that could help you prospect someone, just out of the blue when it comes to the IUL, right? So two things. Okay, let me clear that up because of my train of thought. Are we having a difficulty just finding prospects to talk to in reference to the IUL, or we just don't know what to say, right? We just don't know what to lead with when we're talking about the IUL. Somebody that has not sold an IUL. Okay, y'all gonna have to talk to me.
Someone said both. Amy says both. Linda Moten says both.
Okay, both.
Read the chat here. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's got to be a little bit more. Okay, I tell you what. Okay, so let's start with this. Give me an example. We had 3 people, Dave, right? So jot that down for me. We got 3 people that made a comment. 2. So we got 2 people that made a comment. One of them's name is Linda. Linda, who do you feel comfortable in prospecting to? So if you've already started to prospect, who are you prospecting to? Like what type of people? Like, describe them.
Well, currently I've only been really to a couple of vendor fairs, and mainly the people that come to me are too old for an IUL. The people that are the age of for an IUL are people that have jobs, and it's like, oh, I've got my insurance, my life insurance through my job, and this type of thing. But they, so taking them from that point to where you take them to where, okay, but that's not good enough, is where I'm kind of like missing the boat.
Okay, I sneezed, and when I sneezed, that threw my whole, that threw my whole brain function off. It was like I just reset. So tell me when you tell me the last part of what you just said and how that correlates to, because I got the first part.
Okay, so many of them are saying, well, I have my life insurance at work, and I have my retirement plan at work, my 401k, etc. So, of course, I know personally that is not. Emma's laughing. Okay, keep laughing.
Emma probably laughing at me, but go ahead.
Okay, so I know for a fact that is not good enough, but getting them to get past that mindset of what I got is good enough for me and keep walking type thing is where I'm kind of like, okay, well, this person didn't even stop to listen to what I had to say. What is it in my pitch was wrong? What could I have, said differently that would have made them really want to stop and say, hey, maybe she's got something to tell me.
Okay, so so now you're talking about the person that is qualified pretty much for the IUL, like the working person that has, at least 10 years
the working person. Okay. The working person that's around 30, has a family, young family,
I'm following.
They seem to
I'm
have the
tracking.
correct BMI, you know. They don't
Yep.
seem to have any health concerns, you know, those type of people.
Okay. So that's a perfect, that's a perfect target market for the IUL. You are absolutely right. You spot on with that. Who recruited you?
Wendy Wilson, Dr. Wilson.
Got you. Okay, Wendy. Got you. Excellent.
Hmm.
So what was your pitch, if I may ask? Because that's what we're about to get into right now for the next, what, 16 minutes.
Hey, I have a tax-free retirement option for you. Would you be interested? And then, you know, it includes both life insurance and retirement. Would you be interested? That's basically my pitch. You know, I'm just short and sweet, you
Okay.
know.
Okay. Can I tell you what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
It's three things. When I wrote down the three most important things that a person needs to have when they're trying to either talk to somebody familiar or talk to somebody brand new. I mean, it was in my own words, and y'all most definitely can't follow that. So I had to ask ChatGPT, and this is what it said. Okay, this is what it said in my own words to there. Basically, it's three things: lead with a neutral curiosity opener. I'm going to explain that in a second, because this is what we're talking about. Second, diagnose before you educate.
Oh,
Okay, diagnose before you educate, and then position the IUL as like a concept or a theory. Ah, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like a product. And the three things that you said when you opened that conversation is three products. You said, well, you gave a description when you said tax free that leads to a product. You said life insurance and you said retirement.
okay, I did.
Mm-hmm. And I don't, people don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. The main thing, and Linda, this is so great because and I'm not picking on you because heck, I mean, somebody had to tell me this, right? Yeah, I mean, so many doors, slam. I mean, but the thing about me is that, I mean, I just don't care. Back in the day, I just made a game out of it, right? You got to diagnose. That's right, buddy. You got to diagnose to educate. So the average agent is too busy. I hope you guys recording this. The average agent is too busy talking about our own stuff that we sell, the IUL, the life insurance and what it can do, right? Instead of talking about people about what they'll get. See, whenever I get on the phone with people or whenever I call people, because I only got a very, very short time to talk to you. So I immediately talk to you about what it is that you're going to get. I don't even talk to you about what it is that I have to offer. That's my stuff. That's what I'm talking about. That's my stuff. So when we go back to the first thing, lead with a neutral curiosity opener, you kind of asking for permission, you know what I'm saying, and not so much pressure. So basically, if this is somebody that you knew, this 30-year-old person, who was this 30-year-old person to you?
A random person that came by my table at a vendor fair.
Oh, excellent. So they came to you.
Mm-hmm.
Even better. So I would have said this. First of all, I always, and I don't know, I just was always taught this because I just always was corporate. I was taught in a training corporate class when I first got into sales. I always edified a person. So even if I can't really find something, because I'm an honest person, so if I can't find something on you that I like that you're wearing, I'll try to find something, something about you that I like. And then I compliment you. And then if you come into my table, I ask you, are you a business owner, or do you, have a W-2 job? And then they tell me that they have a W-2 job. I say, interesting. Do you like it? And we just small talk. They say, oh yeah, I did this, I did that. I say, interesting. And then I say, oh, okay, well, you must be very, very happy with your 401k. Boom. There it is. So when you prospect you have to be looking for one or two things that's going to give you more of an end to that conversation. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
you just could have just asked a 30-year-old, what do you do for work? And they would have said, oh, well, I work at FedEx, or, I'm a manager at Blase Blase. And you would have said, oh, okay. How long you been, just assume it. How long you been investing in your 401k? Oh, I've been investing in our 401k for 7 years. Oh, okay. Are you aware of how the 401k, really works? Well, yeah, and then so your only job in prospecting is to listen and to get them to talk more. Anybody else? Linda, that was an absolutely great example. Do you got any more questions for me for that, or from that?
No, because you just gave me basically, I've been using ChatGPT as well. And so I put the buzzwords in there, and that's kind of what, it came up with. So I need to put in some different type of buzzwords. Basically, what you just gave me is really something that probably chat wouldn't have necessarily come up with on its own.
Mm-hmm. Or you can ask them, I already know you have a 401k, but do you have an account set up that's going to give you an extra $5,000, or, like make up an amount that sounds good to you? An extra whatever per month in tax-free income.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you're just, right, but you see how you're leading with, oh, what? See how that'll kind of like stop me in my try. You didn't mention life insurance. All you said was passive income in my retirement. And I know I don't have no tax-free passive income in retirement, right? Yeah, you're just trying to neutralize and just trying to stop the flow of the conversation to get them to listen to what it is that you have to say, basically.
Okay.
Anybody else got another example?
We have another question. It says, what about asking, what are you trying to accomplish?
So that's diagnosing before you educate. So what's the question?
What are you trying to accomplish? This is from Sean. Sean,
come on here and tell me what it is that you're talking about.
It's basically, one of the things with what I do IT, and when they're having a problem, I always ask, what are you trying to accomplish? What are you doing to do that, to accomplish your goal?
Oh, okay. Okay. So you're trying to say, well, that's not really like a opener or like a prospect question. That's kind of a question you ask when you kind of already like if I'm asking that question, I'm already into the fact finder stuff, right? I'm probably, truthfully, I'm probably asking that question on the second appointment.
Okay, got it. That's what I was curious about.
Yeah. But hey, listen, if you're making sales, and if that's what you say as your first opener, my man, that's pretty sweet. To each his own. I'm not that smooth. I'm not that good. If you want to know how I sell, my first appointment, I'm just trying to see if there's a second appointment. My first appointment is only about 18 minutes because I'm usually double booked. Knowing me, that's how come I gotta have, Paul tell me to stay out of my calendar, but that's a different story. But at any rate, the first appointment is just me trying to get to know you, trying to get to know Dejanera. I just want to get to know Dejanera. Dejanera popped on my calendar, and I usually start with a framework. That's the third one. Position the IUL as a concept, not as a product. So when I get on it just depends. If you're a referral, I have a totally different process. If you just hopped on my calendar from my funnel that my son built, then that's a totally different process. So if you hopped in my funnel, Sean, what I would say is, hey, people that book with me usually book for one or two reasons. Either they're interested in the IUL or they're interested in the annuity. And then I go into and then I say basically what the IUL is and then what the annuity does. And then they say, "Oh yeah, well, yeah, no, I was calling about the IUL." Because people be forgetting. They don't know. So you just can't be getting on the appointment and be like, "Oh yeah, so what can I do for you?" What the hell? No. They're gonna be like, well, I don't know. I saw your website. No, no. If you book through the funnel, right, you got to get them quick. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I'm 38. Oh, okay. Well, you got another. Oh, okay, sweetie. Well, you got another what? 30 years to work. This would be great for you, right? I mean, we can start slow. So that whole first conversation is just about me just making a friend. I need to get to know her. It needs to be something within that conversation that's going to be memorable enough for me. And I'm taking notes. That's another thing. It doesn't even matter who the appointment is. Always have something to jot down to take some notes on. So when you have the second appointment, then you can go right back into that first appointment and be like, Dejanera, how was your move, girl? Did you move? Right? That's what I'm
That's how it
saying.
goes. Oh, how do you remember that? Wow. Thanks
Boom.
for asking.
That's what I'm saying. So you go right back into that. People are like, wow, okay.
She remembered.
You're like, huh, I just met this chick from off TikTok, but she seems pretty cool. Right? It's all about just trying to make a friend.
Exactly.
So
There's a
go ahead.
There's a couple of questions here, actually. So one is, Carmen, which carrier do you prefer to use for your IUL and why one above the other? And this is from Mr. Leroy.
Well, I'm already partial to what anything Leroy has to say because that's my daddy's name. But Leroy, I would say, Mr. Leroy, I would say that my favorite carrier would be F&G, and the reason being is because I got to keep it rolling, right? I'm already on a roll with them, is getting some awards with them, but they just besides that though, they just got a great product, right? So for another training, I'll do just maybe something on F&G, but I like them because they have two uncapped indexes, and that's the main reason why I like them. Any other questions?
Amy, what is your approach
Gotcha,
when
thank
you
you.
walk? Oh, sorry.
You're welcome.
What's your approach when you walk into a business? When you walk to businesses?
That I have something that they need. That's it, guys. It's more so it's not about anything else. It's just about energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about some businesses I've walked in and walked completely out. I've got up, I've walked in, I felt the energy, the receptionist or maybe somebody there was sitting next to her. I looked and I walked completely out. But when I go in, I just say, just depends upon why I'm there. Usually if I go in, I'm like, are you the person that oversees, pretty much what the employees like? And they're like, yeah, your benefits person. Do you agree on, the stuff, that your employees like? That's the person that I need to speak with, right? Or if it's a small business, I just say, are you whenever I walk in, I just assume that whoever I'm talking to is the owner. Because in somebody's brain, right, like the way that you look, it just perceives to them that they just need to go get the owner.
Yes.
Right, Dictionary?
Yes.
Right?
And just to mention, Raza wanted to say, by the way,
What?
Carmen was one of the top 2 for F&G in Xperia in 2025. Yes, she was. And we were all there on that celebration. So she's amazing with F&G. Yes.
That was fun. That was some fun stuff. So yeah, you just have to Yeah, so I walk in and then, it just depends upon, right? Like if it's a small business and you just know, that the owner's probably there, you just, whomever is in the front, you just assume that they're the owner. So I just say, oh, are you the owner? And it just clicks. Oh, no, 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 well, let me go get her, or, blah, blah, blah. I've never, I mean, like if they're not there, I mean, obviously no, but I've never just had somebody like their energy just be like, no, no, and get out. No, no, the owner's not here, but get out. Right. And even if they did, I mean, it's still, not like a big deal. Yeah, but that's usually what I say. One or two things if I go into a business. Yep.
Do you have a fact finder sheet?
Yeah, on the appointment, but not with the business owner. But I have in my mind everything that a business owner should need, right? If they're in business and they can afford it and they've been in business for 5 years, is certain things that they should have. But I don't have some type of, I guess I should. I don't have some type of list. I need to probably put it on Canva or something. Do you know when what you saying, Amy?
How do you know they will qualify when you walk in?
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, if they 600 pounds, that's why I walk out.
But it's also with the energy. And just to tell you, we have to walk in there.
You cannot go on that physical term right there, even though it's funny. You can't do that because you'd be amazed at who they're married to.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, right? I mean, well, I would just say, just looking at them, right? Looking at you, spouse or not, you wouldn't even qualify. So,
It's
yeah.
all
I mean, do you research business before you go in there? So you kind, do you look at
It just depends upon the business. I mean, if it looks like it has more than 100 employees, then yeah, maybe I'll pull over and I'll pull in and kind of go to their website and try to see if I can get the name of the benefits person, and then I'll ask for her, when I go in. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been knowing her my whole life, but
well, do you actually try to make a call first before you actually walk in?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Wow.
We have another question. Do you start with a green sheet or EFA?
It's kind of like a green sheet. I mean, if you're on the call, then you're on our team. So all that stuff is in the university. The intake sheet and all that stuff. All that stuff is in the university.
But do you start your clients out with one of those? Oh, the green sheet is too invasive. Okay, yeah. So the short EFA. Okay.
It's in the back. I think it's called Raza. I put it out there a couple of years ago. What is it called?
The green sheet is very invasive. It's not really a good thing to ask where somebody's money is when you don't know them right off the bat. So in the beginning stage, it's usually very invasive. So just if you go to the Wealth Maker University under appointment tools, there's a basic intake form that Carmen has added. It's in the appointment tools.
Okay.
Yeah, it's simpler, it's easy, it's just but that you don't get to that stage unless you know the client's ready to move forward, right? So you have to make a friend, and then when you know that they're ready to move forward, then once they're ready to do the application, that's when you put your head down and start writing and asking questions. But unless you get a green light, they're going to stop you when it comes to their social security number or their driver's license. They're going to question, they say, hey, I didn't decide to move forward. Why are you asking me personal questions? Right? So you have to know that before you get to what's your social security number, that they're ready to move forward.
Right.
If you don't get the yeses before that and you don't have closes or small closes, to that that person wants to move forward, it's a moot point to ask personal questions at that point.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I have a couple. They want to, they have 2-term policies. Each one has a term policy, and that's going to expire in 2029. They started wanting to convert, but it's too late to convert because it's past their 5-year point of time to do so. So I looked at a whole life. They only have about $50 because they're looking at having to buy a car. But they're both like 60 and 63. So $50 isn't going to get them very much. Is there, I mean, maybe a final expense? Well, I mean, what would you guys suggest?
What's the goal? What do they want to do with it?
It's death benefit.
Yeah, so they at that age they would be a final expense. Yeah.
Final expense. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I mean, yeah, thank you.
Was that Linda again?
Yeah, that was me.
Hey, Linda, you're welcome. Any guys, it's 7:33. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. Ain't that what they call it? And be on time.
Yeah.
Carmen, I have one more question, if you don't mind.
Yep.
When you try to get an idea of whether they qualify or not, what are you looking for?
Huh?
What are you looking for to qualify them? If it's not the actual money itself.
Oh, just their health. For the IUL, just their health. So now you just trying to bring me back to the 600-pound joke?
No, I'm just talking about so is it the same criteria, married with children, homeowner, and income, and whatever else? I don't know what else you were looking for as far as some of the things that
Well, I mean, I do.
or if somebody is divorced with children or whatever, or something of that nature.
I don't even care nothing about no kids. I ain't even care nothing about no kid. I just need for you to work and be healthy. Kidless is fine. You know how many childless clients I have that are in their 40s? No. Mm-mm. And they rent. So who cares if you own a home either? You just got to be a good prospect. You just got to be a good prospect. That's why you got to talk to more people so you can just be like, yeah, she's a good prospect.
Okay, so what's the age limit, or what criteria do you look for as far as age? Because from what I hear, is that you have
Just
to
like
have
Linda said,
10
just like
years for an IUL to,
just like
grow.
Linda said, 30 to early 50s, 30 to yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I got a question for you, Carmen, before you leave.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm doing good. Who is that? Hey, Mr.
Mike,
Leroy.
that's Leroy. That's Leroy. My question, Carmen, is what differentiates a person? How do you determine whether it's an IUL or an annuity for your client? Which track do you go to, and how do you determine which track to go with?
That's a
An
good question.
IUL versus an annuity.
That's a good question because I've sold an IUL and an annuity to the same client twice. I've done that twice before. And so it's very easy. You just gotta I mean, people think that it's some type of mad science or something to this thing. It's not. You just gotta just be willing to slow down and ask more questions. I created a sheet for some agents that just joined my team. And it's nothing but just a list of questions. You just got to get good with asking questions. So the more questions that you ask, it brought me to an old annuity from a 401k that they had. I mean, they knew that they had it. It was just sitting there at it wasn't even Ed Jones or nowhere reputable. It was just, Principal Financial, whatever the heck. I don't know. I didn't care. I just knew that I could help them. And that's another thing that I mean, the questions, it's a process, right? The more questions you ask, and then boom, it was uncovered. If you didn't ask it, right, you never would have known. But it's a process that you have to, um, go through, right? You just ask a series of questions, which will, eventually, lead you to, oh, okay, so you had a past 401k. If you're answering or asking the questions that are on a good fact finder, you're going to get to past 401ks. The thing is that people are so much, again, in a rush about talking about, the product, that we don't stop and just get to know the person and really, really ask them, what's going on in their lives, and what led them right to where they are right now to where they want to go, because that's basically what you're trying to do. You're trying to not only change, if they've never heard of an IUL, right? So not only are you trying to change, you're trying to change their mindset. Like, think of how difficult that is. That's why people say, I mean, once you master sales and really, really get good at it. I mean, I'm constantly trying to elevate my game every day, right? Now I'm talking to, professional people, neurosurgeons, right? These people have absolutely no concept of money, Mr. Leroy. No, they have no concept of money. They have no idea that you can take a pot of money and split it in half and give yourself guaranteed tax-free income on one side and cut their tax liability on the other half, and then give them another stream of income from the market that's pretty much yielding a minimum of 11%. They have no clue of these strategies. But if you don't educate yourself, right, and then just keep asking questions, nobody knows what you don't know. And it's perfect. Think about it. The more questions that you ask, nobody knows how dumb you are. I mean, not that I'm dumb, not that we're dumb, but you know what I'm saying. Nobody knows. The more intelligent questions that you ask, people are just like, oh, wow. This guy's 57. Well, he's totally put his broker to the side for 1 second, to the side. We submitted his application today. You just have to just keep asking the right questions. That's it. It's 7:40, guys. You guys got snow there? I shoveled everything out, Dej, on my own. My neighbor came and helped me out, and I was like, he came in, I said, I got it. He was like, I'm good, I got this. I'm gonna take a picture of it.
Hey, this is Jenny. I got a quick question.
I'm proud of myself.
Go girl, Jenny.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, Jenny,
Okay.
listen, you're making us late. People trying
Okay, it's going to be really, really quick. I have a person in another state that wants to get an IUL for their grandbaby that's in Texas. So they would be the owner in another state that I'm not licensed in.
Oh,
But
okay.
So does it follow the child or the?
What's your question? I'm sorry.
Do I need to be licensed in that state for the owner, or is it okay that the child is in Texas?
Oh, okay. The grandbaby, you mean?
Yeah.
So on the life insurance test, it's always the state of the owner. Okay.
Okay.
But there's a way. I mean, are you not licensed in the owner state?
No.
Okay. Where the owner live? Because I'm licensed.
Ohio.
Oh yeah. Ohio ain't nothing but I think Ohio is like $56. But
Mhm.
I mean, if you wanted to, if you think you're gonna get some more business out of Ohio,
That's where I'm from, so yeah, I probably should.
yeah, girl, go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get that.
Okay, quick and
So,
easy.
so go out to this site. You got pen and paper?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go out to the site NIPR. Nancy Nancy Ida Paul Robert NIPR.com.
Okay.
And then just yeah, when you go out there, you're gonna hit apply, and then you're gonna do non-residential license, and then you're gonna choose your, excuse me, you got to put in your residential state first. And then from there, it's going to ask you the non-resident license that you want to apply for. And then just click Ohio. It's going to be real easy.
No, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good done. Thank you.
You're welcome. You guys good? I hope I was able to help somebody this evening. So remember, when you're talking to a prospect, never talk about ourselves or like about the product. Always think in terms of yourself and what you would want to hear from a person that's trying to sell you something, right? Because everybody, everybody trying to run game. So again, is lead with a neutral curiosity, diagnose before you educate, and try to position the IUL is not, like a product, but kind of, like a concept or some type of theory, wouldn't it be nice, type of thing. Absolutely. You're welcome, Valletta. See you guys in May, all right?
Thanks, Carmen. That was really great.
Thank you, everyone, for being part of this amazing
Thanks,
presentation.
Carmen.
Thank you, lady. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you,
training.
Carmen. That was awesome.
Thanks, Carmen.
Thank you guys. Thanks a lot.
We'll
All right.
see
Everybody be safe.
everyone next week. Stay warm, stay great, stay bundled up if weather is cold, and check on your family members. Make sure everyone, your friends and family members, just check on everyone, please. God bless everyone. Have a good day. Have a good evening.
Thank
Hey,
you.
You
You too,
call me.
Dejanira. Take care.
Dave, call me.
All right, I'll call you right now.